I have personal experience
You
with
have no personal experience with me, love.
I have personal
So
experience
here,
with Jazz's critiques.
you don't know nothing. He
Absolutely
asked me, baby.
She's
personal
Like I
feisty.
experience.
said, like I
If you would
said,
like another opinion after Jazz give hers, you can ask
he
me.
will ask you, Anton. Keep it cute on mute. So, like I was saying, no, like if I have so like, okay, you're saying, do I critique men and say this is what I want better?
Yeah.
I don't have to critique a man, right? Another man on his shortcomings to determine what I need better. So I don't.
Yes, you can. She's playing the word solid. Oh my
If
god.
I go find better for me, that's my business.
Oh,
I don't have to. If I say I left this man and I found a better man, I'm not about to go to that man that I left and say, "Ha ha, look what I got. He better than you. He doing this and
mm,
that." It's like, no, I'm gonna just go get better. I'm gonna do better.
yeah. Cause
I'm
my
gonna become better.
Because my question was more so, do you ever critique black men? Like, do you have like any type of critiques? Like, hey, I think they need to do this better. I think the men in our community could be doing that better. Do you ever say anything, any type of generalizations at all?
You guys noticed he has asked that question 2 times and she already went around it without answering it the first time. Let's see if she answers it the second time.
I mean, sometimes on certain things,
There
like
you
like I
go.
just pointed out, like the having babies out of wedlock constantly.
Okay.
They
Okay.
can do that. They can reel that in, but
Okay.
I'm
So
not putting.
sometimes. So
I'm not
sometimes
putting.
you do.
That's not a put down though. That's something that you should want to be better at. You should.
And that's the same thing black men say. Hey, you're too masculine. You're too loud. You're too independent. Don't need no man. You're too disrespectful. That's not pulling down. That's, hey, listen, observation of what's going on. Can you change A, B, C, D? That's not putting down. That's not hating. So should we say that you hate men just because you think black men should stop making babies out of wedlock?
Shouldn't want to keep having children out of wedlock. That's
Okay.
not a put down. That's just like, hey, brother, if you want to avoid child support or if you don't want to deal with a crazy baby mama, maybe wrap it up.
This woman.
Okay. So you said sometimes you do critique
That's not a
black
put
men.
down.
Because your answer, you said sometimes.
The
So
the
you,
thing about the guy is that he was asked a question.
Exactly.
That's
And
what
it honestly,
I'm about to say.
you can't disregard somebody else's experiences
Yeah.
because you feel offended. If somebody says, "Listen, I stopped dating black guys because I decided that I wanted to go and date Arabic guys over in this, and they started spending all of this money on me and all of this and this, whatever, and the black guys that I was dating is cheap." I don't feel slighted because I'm not a cheap person. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So for me, I'm not going to take the burden on everybody as far as when somebody has an experience and they say, "Oh, I had a negative experience, I had a bad experience." Cool. I don't have no problem with that. I know that I'm a representation and I got a different vibe and I got a different wave. And I know that all of the guys that I know in particular have a different wave. So
Yeah.
I don't get offended when people have their own experiences and they say, "Well, this is what my life is like." You deep dive farther enough into it, like even the guy that was on that video, I would say that that's a him problem because
It sure is.
honestly, that's a him problem. Now, I'm not
Exactly.
going to discount his experiences because his experiences is his experiences. But what I found is that if we probably deep dive a little bit more into it, nigga, what is you doing taking a chick to Roof Chris? I know plenty of guys that don't have to take a chick to the steakhouse in order to get some, you know what I'm saying, to get some action with her.
Yeah, well, I think the guy in the video, in the beginning of the video, I think why he explained his experience is that that's what black women are asking for. And we have seen countless videos where black women are saying, "You're not taking me to Cheesecake Factory, it's too cheap. You need a $200, $300 dinner date. Otherwise, you don't care. I don't do coffee dates. I'm not walking in the park with you. I'm a queen. I'm the prize. Treat me as such. Get a Uber XL to come pick me up for a date." Things like that. So it's not just his own experience. So many black men have experienced women requiring so much from them just to get to know them. It's like they want you to invest all this money just to get to know them. But then when they date other races, they figure out that those other women are not asking for too much. It's like, okay, let's get to know each other. I want to know you as a person.
I get what you're saying.
So in that instance, in the example that he's using, that's a him problem. I don't think that that's a problem for a lot of guys that deal
It
with women
is.
across the board.
It
So,
is.
you know,
I think
And
it
that's
is.
what I'm saying. And like I get it. Like it's a difference of opinion. If you feel like you have to announce why you're dating outside your race, and in that say black women ain't this and black women that you have nothing negative to say, and you
then this black
if you
women.
feel
I don't
if you
think
feel
he was asked the
if you feel
question.
like that's what you need to say,
Personal experience. That's what he was asked. He was speaking on.
hey,
This is
if
what I'm
that makes him feel better, cool. I think it's corny.
I mean, he just
It
answered
just makes him feel like he answered the question.
I don't
Damn.
think that it's
he
corny.
answered the
That's
question.
just my opinion,
I don't think
guys.
it's corny.
It's okay. It's just
Yeah,
my
yeah. I mean, I
opinion.
think he just answered the
I
question.
might
I don't
actually, but he was asked a
Okay.
question though, Jazz.
I
He was
don't
like,
he
think
went
it's
into
that.
it with
I don't
malice
have to put
to
that.
put down the black woman. I didn't get that vibe of
yeah,
malice.
I think he just answered
Okay,
the
that's
question.
fine. Because
So
you're not a
this-
black woman. Of course, you're not on.
No. If
So-
you'd have said
Honestly, the man in that video, I think the type of woman he was describing is Jazz. Because we have one, now obviously she's the host, but we have 1, 2, 3 women. And 4, I'm not counting the host. But guess who was the loudest as soon as the video ended? She was. This lady hasn't said a word. She hasn't said a word. She hasn't said a word. So clearly, that man in the beginning of the video must have been describing her. Because clearly it hit. You know, whatever he said triggered her.
it without somebody, they asked him a question. He just answered it. I mean, that was his
And that's
answer.
cool. The way he answered, I thought it was a little corny because like black women doing this.
No,
it's
he
like,
triggered
that's
you.
been your experience with every black woman in
Wasn't
America.
corny.
So
Damn.
Anton, this validates my point right here, right? Because I don't know if the beginning of that clip played, but he said they do this better, and the lady was like, I watch what you saying, and he took it, he rolled it back, and he was like, well, not better, right? So because women like, I'm sorry, Jazz.
But it
Women
don't
like
even-
No,
Jazz.
I'm the
it
villain.
doesn't matter if
Please
he
use me as
said that
the-
it was better or not
Please
better.
use me as your punching bag, Mom.
If-
This is
if-
that
if
example.
he-
The fact that he
said-
reeled it back.
If he said that it was better, if he didn't say it was better,
Yeah, it's cool.
I think that that's his experience.
Yeah.
The black woman that
corny.
he's been dealing with was probably problematic for that nigga, and it probably fleeced him out of a lot of money or whatever, so on and so forth.
I just
I don't see any problem with what he said.
Yeah, and that's why some guys are giving up on dating. Because imagine, now Jazz is a good looking, beautiful woman. I know some of you guys in the comments are going to say, oh, she's not. But to me, she's a pretty, good looking woman, right? Imagine having Jazz. Now, I'm not trying to attack her personally, but I'm just saying the way she talks. Imagine having her as your woman. And you have an argument. So compare Jazz to this lady right here. Jazz has been talking the whole time. I'm 9 minutes into the video. She's been talking the whole time. These ladies have barely said a word. Who would you rather? Would you rather have Jazz or this lady Val? Because Jazz, the moment you go home, you're going to try an argument. She's going to go.
I mean, I just find it interesting that I find it interesting that Black women can express their experience for years on end about how they experience Black men.
Exactly.
And when Black men finally express themselves and say how they experience Black women, it's a problem.
Exactly.
Now, I agree with you, Jazz, in regards to how you say things. However, number one, everyone has their experience, so number one, I find that interesting. Number two, I also find very interesting that we're not listening. Again, I'll go back to this because I think this is the problem. We just disregard everything that people say about us.
Exactly.
We disregard it. I'm going to specifically talk about Black women because Black women is very good about doing this. And we will disregard, we will get offensive, we will get mad, we will throw a fit. We do all these things and not really listen to how other people are experiencing us as a whole. There is something there.
She's cooking.
People aren't just lying and making up stuff. Black women talk about how they experience Black men as a whole. They call them dogs. They say they're deadbeats. They say all these things
Dasties.
about Black men. And
actually, let me hear. I know, guys, I'm going to play the video real quick, but let me add the terms that they call Black men. Dusty, broke, gay, down low, weak, short, baldy, what else? Brokies, you know, so many uneducated, um, cheap, because you don't want to take her to Ruth Chris. She calls you cheap. And guess what? Everything she's saying, black women are going to attack her. Let's go.
As soon as a black man say, okay, I experience black women this way. This is my experience with black women. Regarding not better or whatever, this is how I experience black women when I date them compared to other people when I date them. This is how I experience them. We will get mad and get an attitude. And I just, for the life of me, don't get it. I don't get it. Like, are we like, where is our, we talk about emotional intelligence. Where is that when it comes to someone looking at us, how they experience us as a whole when they're dating black women?
Exactly. It's like a black man who will say, hey, I don't like when you raise your voice at me, point fingers, call me dusty when you don't like something, or even call me gay when you claim you have gay best friends. And then instead of listening to what the man is saying, that, hey, listen, you know what? My man is saying he doesn't like when I argue too much, I raise my voice. Maybe I should try to understand him. They quickly turn to, oh, you know, you hate black women. Like what she did, you hate women. Oh, you're controlling. So most men are like, you know what? Okay. Because I know if I tell you what I'm going through, you're not going to listen. You're going to play victim and turn around and play like I'm attacking you. So most men are like, you know what? I'm not doing this. Let me just shut up. And then they say, oh, men don't open up. It's like, but if I open up to you, you turn around and don't listen to anything I say, and you turn around and attack me instead for being hurt.
It's beyond me.
Val, do you think
man,
that every black woman behaves the way that he described?
Don't do that. Don't do the every.
I asked Val, man.
Yeah, let her finish. Do I think that every black woman, say that again?
Do you think the way that he described the black women that he experienced, do you think every black woman acts that way? That they're, because what I heard was they want ... and these are his exact words. They want Ruth Chris. They, you know, expect more from their men.
So what you just said is that he experienced.
That's what he said.
Right.
He experienced.
Right.
Yes.
And so my question is, do you think every black woman that he experienced, or just in general, behave like the way that he described?
Of course not.
So the reason why I asked you that,
it doesn't matter if every black woman acts that way. It only matters his experience.
Yes.
That is it.
Yeah, but he's generalizing. He said, go back to the clip. He said, our black women be wanting all of these things. Our black women be doing all of that. So you have to be mindful of how you say things, right? Because you're right. He can speak about his experience. If he feels like this is the best way for him to speak on his experience.
Which is my point.
So my thing is, he ain't never experienced.
We black women been doing the same thing for years. You've been generalizing black men and how they treat black women for years. We've been doing it for years. They do it in movies. They do it on TV. They do it
Facts.
all the time.
Oh, she's cooking. I'm in love. Yo, I love Val. And I told you, the moment any woman speaks up for men, there's always another black woman attacking her. Because before she was attacking the men, but as soon as a woman comes in to speak anything logical or positive about men, there's always another woman ready to attack her. Man, she's cooking. Oh my God. Ooh, let's go.
It's about how black men treat black women. We've been generalizing black men on peons.
I listen, don't say we. Because here's my thing.
You may not, but in general, yes, we have. And I'm not talking about the very people.
You're talking about media, right? And there's a lot to go into why there's a certain stereotype of black people in the media, right? When you talk about
media, I'm talking.
But you just said in general.
I gave examples of media. Yes.
Okay.
I gave examples.
Exactly. Oh, I love her energy. She was talking crazy to the guys, and the guys were kind of calm. But I love that Val is not backing down. Hey, if you're gonna bring the energy, I'm gonna bring, the whole hand thing. She thought she was gonna do the hand gestures to the men, and the men were just gonna back up. Val is like, you bring the energy of the hand, I'm gonna bring the energy. Two, man, I love Val. But you know what's so crazy? And this is why men don't speak up. Because when the man in the beginning of the video talked about his experiences and what things he would love black women to change, the only thing she picked up is he's talking about all women. If you gave her $1,000 and told her mention all the things he said women should change, she wouldn't remember because she was focused on how he was talking, or the words, rather than his experience of what he says black women should change. Let's go.
But Jazz, look,
the
Jazz,
generalization doesn't
Why
mean
do we have
everybody.
to put somebody else down?
but
Yeah,
look,
all I'm asking is whether it's a man doing it or a woman doing it to a black man or a black man doing it to a black woman, why do you have to put down other people to lift yourself up? If you have found love, speak about that.
Criticizing someone and sharing your experience with someone and saying, hey, listen, I would love it if you changed this. I would love if you made more money. I would love if you dressed better. It's not putting someone down. It's you sharing your experience and saying, hey, listen, I want you to change something. It's not putting them down and putting yourself up. I don't know how she missed the guy's experience. This is crazy. It's like every time a man communicates, she gets something completely different.
Sweetie, let me say this. Let me say this.
And when you do that,
it's how you look at things. It's perspective. It's not always putting down.
Let me stop talking.
but look,
Now she's being a
he's
victim.
speaking on his experience. But just y'all know he's both married. He's married to a black woman. Look, okay.
Let me just say this. We cannot run away from criticism.
Exactly.
We cannot run away from people saying the things that how they experience us or the things that they consider us doing wrong. We can't run away from that.
Facts.
So it's all in perspective. If you look at things like, okay, you're putting me down,
Victim.
instead of looking at what that person said and said, oh, how can I change? Or
That's what I just said.
need to do to make my relationship better with my man or with black men in general or us as a whole,
Look at
as
her.
a
Look at her.
community.
Look at her.
You can't
Okay.
She's ready to go. Look at her. She can't even listen for 5 seconds. She's ready to go and attack Val. We need to find Val because there are very few Vals that even listen. I don't care if she supports black men or not, but she's saying when a man says something he doesn't like, before you criticize him and play victim, I'm talking to you, Jazz, at least listen to what he's saying. Criticism is not putting you down, but they quickly play victim.
down all the time.
Okay,
How are you
great.
looking at it?
Granted. So what I'm saying is this, Val. It seems like his only experience. We are all under the understanding that all black women are not like that. But it seems like that's been his only experience with black women, and now he don't want anything to do with them. My question is, what are we doing that we're not finding black women that actually like us, that actually want to build us up, that's not like that? If we're all smart here, right? Except for me. Excuse me. I'm
Oh
the
my
slowest
God.
one here. But if we
She's
all
annoying.
know that everybody doesn't operate the same, why are you blaming all women when it's just the women that you've experienced?
Let me
Why
tell
are you and
let me
then
tell-
Again, she's focused on the words he used instead of focusing on the message. He didn't say all women. He just said in his experience, the women he has experienced. They're loud, they want Ruth Chris, they want expensive dinner dates, they're too, bad attitude. That's all he said. But she just can't even accept the fact that some women actually do that.
finish, but I'll tell you.
But here's the thing, Val. Why is it the general black women's fault when we know you can find you a good black woman?
Look,
And not have
Let me just say this. You're saying the reason why is because it's not just him experiencing black women that way.
But there are a lot of black
Let me
men
just-
that aren't experiencing.
Oh my God, let
black
Val
women that
talk.
way.
I'm sorry.
There are a lot of black men who are not experiencing black women that way, Val.
Yeah, but that's his experience. Why are you trying to nullify his experience?
So
And
what
there are
I'm
a lot of
saying
black-
is,
and there are a
what
lot
I'm
of-
saying is, why? How come he hasn't experienced a good black woman if they're
look,
out there?
Jazz, he's
Oh my
married to a
God.
black woman. He just was
That's
giving
right. No,
I know, but he's just giving his example in the past. He's married to a black woman, though.
Yeah. No, that's excellent. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Y'all know
He
me.
just was giving his experience at that time. Again, he asked the question. He was asked the question.
Yeah.
Answered.
No,
But
it's
he's married
cool.
to a
We're
black
just
woman.
talking about our opinions on his response. He is very well in his right to speak on his experiences,
Exactly.
right? And
But
She's
I'm
not
glad-
letting Val talk.
You said what?
Does it change anything? How you saying? Because he's married to a black woman right now.
Well, I mean, I'm glad that he was able to find a good black woman because, like, the proof, he just proved the point. If we know there are good black women out there, why are we making these grand statements that?
Because it's for the community. It's not just for one individual. Right? So what this woman is saying, if someone in my community comes and beats me up, other people shouldn't speak about it. Actually, I shouldn't speak about it because not all people in the community beat me up. No, I should speak on it so that people or their parents or those people who may have the inclination to also want to beat me up, think about it and be like, you know what? Beating Boogie up is not really good because he's hurt right now. Like, I don't know how that's so hard to use logic to understand.